vegetative type of reproduction in case of stems. In case of stems, you can find the presence of four important types of asexual reproduction, namely vegetative propagation by subaerial stems. The second one is said to be the vegetative reproduction or the propagation by aerial shoots. The third one is vegetative propagation by leaves, and the last one is said to be the vegetative propagation by bulbs. The first important one is said to be the vegetative propagation by subaerial stems. These are the narrow green horizontal branches with long internodes and nodes. Particularly at the nodal region, you can find the origin of roots. On breaking the runners, they helps in vegetative propagation. Naturally, you can find the presence of runner type of vegetative reproduction in case of Oxalis, Scindella, and also in case of lawn grass, you can find the presence of runner. The second important one is said to be the stolon. It is said to be the second type of subaerial stem modification seen in case of Vallisneria, strawberry, and also in case of Marsilia. It is a type of pteridophyte. In case of stolon, these are horizontal branches that rises from the basal part of the stem. The new aerial shoots develop from the tip. When stolon detaches from the mother or from the parent body, it develops into new independent plant. Naturally, you can find the presence of stolon type of propagation in case of Marsilia, a pteridophyte, an aquatic pteridophyte. In case of strawberry and also in case of Vallisneria, you can find the presence of stolon type of propagation. The third one is said to be the offset. It is a short, horizontally branch producing cluster of leaves. It produces cluster of leaves above, and it produces adventitious roots below. It produces green cluster of leaves in the topmost region or in the above region. Below, you can find the presence of adventitious roots. When offset breaks from the parent body or through natural aging process led to the decomposition, helps in vegetative propagation. Naturally, you can find the presence of offset type of vegetative propagation in case of water lettuce, popularly called pistia, and also in case of Eichhornia, you can find the presence of offset type of vegetative propagation. Pistia is popularly called water lettuce, whereas Eichhornia is popularly called water hyacinth, or it is popularly called terror of Bengal. The last type of vegetative propagation in the subaerial stems is said to be the sucker. It is a modified special lateral branch arrives from the underground part of the stem. Naturally, you can find the presence of sucker type of vegetative propagation in case of chrysanthemum. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವಂತಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. And also in case of pineapple, you can find the presence of sucker type of vegetative propagation. It is a modified special lateral branch arise from the underground part of the stem. It grows obliquely above the soil surface and develop into aerial shoots. And it produces underground adventitious roots. If the sucker detaches from the mother plant, it develops into new shoot. Such a unique sucker type of vegetative propagation is seen in case of pineapple and also in case of chrysanthemum. The second type of vegetative propagation in the stems is said to be the vegetative propagation by aerial shoots or stems. Naturally, you can find the presence of vegetative propagation in the aerial shoots in case of cactus and in case of opuntia. Both cactus and opuntia are xerophytic plants. In some xerophytic plants like cactus and in case of opuntia, the buds are modified into aerial shoot called phylloclade. In case of opuntia, the stem is leafy-like structure. It takes part in the photosynthesis. This shoot, phylloclade, develops into new plant when stem detaches from the parent plant. When stem detaches from the parent or from the mother plant, it will develop into new independent plant body. Such a unique type of propagation is seen in case of cactus and also in case of opuntia. The third type of propagation by leaves is seen in case of bryophylla. In some plants, the adventitious buds are produced on the leafy margin. At maturity, a small leaf shoot develops above and many adventitious roots below. When these buds separate from the mother plant, they develop into new independent plant body with the production of root system. You can find the presence of vegetative propagation by leaves in case of bryophyllum, in case of kalanchoe, in case of adianta. It is a pteridophyte. It is popularly called walking fern. The last one is said to be the vegetative propagation by bulbils. Naturally, you can find the presence of bulbil type of vegetative propagation in case of agave and also in case of Dioscorea. You can find the presence of vegetative propagation by bulbils. Bulbils are the multicellular fleshy birds that take part in vegetative propagation. Bulbils are the multicellular fleshy birds that take part in vegetative propagation. In agave, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಕತ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. It is widely used as a hedge plant in the fields. It is popularly termed as kattale ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. In agave, the floral buds are modified into bulbils. In agave, the floral buds are modified into bulbils. But in case of Dioscorea, the axillary buds are modified into bulbils. And detached from the parent plant, each bulbil develops into new independent plant body. Such a unique type of bulbil mediated vegetative propagation is seen in case of, again and also in case of Dioscorea. The last important aspect in this vegetative reproduction or in the vegetative propagation is the importance of vegetative propagation. It is the one and the only method of multiplication of plants without seeds. It is the only method of multiplication in a seedless plants. In case of sugarcane and case of banana, the plants does not produce any seeds, either by stem cutting or by using corum. In case of banana, it normally takes part in vegetative reproduction. The second importance is a plant can be retained and multiplied independently without any change or variations. It is purely uniparental in origin. Because of the uniparental in origin, it does not take part in variation. The rate of reproduction is very rapid in case of vegetative propagation. It is helpful for the production of disease-free plants. It is very helpful for the production of disease-free plants. The good quality of the plants can be preserved for a long time by using vegetative propagation. Finally, it reduces the period for flowering and fruiting of plants. Only the somatic cells are normally used in the vegetative propagation. Thereby, the time period required for the growth and differentiation is highly reduced. Within a short duration, we can get flowers and fruits from the plants. The last important aspect is with reference to the difference between the asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is purely uniparental in origin. Only the somatic cells are involved in asexual reproduction. It involves the production of asexual spores. The offsprings are genetically similar to the parent. If the offsprings are genetically similar in genotype and phenotype, such a type of offsprings are popularly called clones. The rate of reproduction in case of asexual reproduction is fast. With reference to the main important salient features normally seen in the sexual reproduction are: it is purely biparental in origin. Only the germ cells are involved. It involves the formation of haploid male and female gametes. In addition to this, the fusion of gametes will take place in the sexual reproduction. In addition to this, offsprings are genetically dissimilar to parents. The dissimilar nature is purely because of the exhibition of genetic recombination at the time of formation of zygote. The rate of reproduction is very slow in case of sexual reproduction. Such a unique characteristic features are naturally seen in case of sexual reproduction. The next important aspect in this chapter is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is a type of reproduction in which the fusion of male and female gametes led to the formation of diploid zygote, which develops to form new offsprings. which develops to form a new offspring. Such a unique type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction. With reference to the main important features of the sexual reproduction, it is biparental in origin. It is evident with the formation and fusion of gametes. The offsprings are not identical to parents. In addition to this, the offspring shows variations because of the exhibition of genetic recombination. Offsprings have better chances of survival. In addition to this, the rate of reproduction is slow in case of sexual reproduction. The next important aspect is with reference to stages or the phases in the life cycle. Based on the reproductive life cycle of an individual organism, the phases of the life cycle is divided into three phases, namely juvenile or vegetative phase. The second one is maturity or reproductive phase. The third one is senescence or aging phase. Are the three important phases naturally seen in case of living organism during the course of life cycle. The first one is juvenile or vegetative phase. It is a pre-reproductive period in the life cycle of an individual organism. In animals, the growth stage is called juvenile stage, while in case of plants, it is called vegetative phase. In animals, the growth stage is called juvenile stage, while in plants, it is called vegetative phase. The duration of juvenile phase differs from one organism to another organism. It is highly variable in nature. The second one is maturity or reproductive phase. It is the phase of life cycle where the individual have the potency to reproduce successfully to continue the progeny. For the continuity of life forms on the surface, each and every living organism, it has to reproduce once in a lifetime. It is the phase of life cycle where individuals have the potentiality to reproduce successfully. In animals, the early period of reproductive phase is called puberty. During this period, the sex organs develops and it is subjected to maturation. In higher plants, the flowering marks the beginning of reproductive phase. In higher plants, the flowering marks the beginning of reproductive phase. The last phase is called senescence or aging phase. It is the end of the reproductive phase. It is accompanied by progressive deterioration of structure and physiology of the body. This phenomenon is called aging or senescence. The senescence or the aging process is the end of the life cycle. In this case, the progressive deterioration of structure and physiology of the body takes place. This phenomenon is called aging or senescence. The efficiency of the body, organs, and the tissues gradually decreases. The chances of catching the disease so that natural death may occur due to failure or by vital organs. The efficiency of the body, organs, and the tissues decreases. In addition to this, the chances of catching the disease so that the natural death may occur due to the failure of vital organs. Due to the failure of vital organs. Such a distinctive phase is called senescence or aging process. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ